All right, cool. I need to send Zach. Interesting. Just wait till people come in, I guess. Boop, boop, boop. Nick is- No, so Zach is unable to join. Oh, nice. Bouncer of all people is crazy.
Yo,
What's up, brother?
what's good?
How you doing? How you
Chilling,
doing? All right,
chilling.
cool.
Hot as hell.
Yeah, it's very hot. Yeah. So
Boy.
when we get started, So what do you want to talk about today? So specifically today's Tactical Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Zachary, I'm not gonna say your full name. Oh, that's crazy.
They
Uh,
know.
the, they
They
don't know
know
my
this.
middle name.
I mean, they
They don't
don't
know
know
my
that.
middle name.
They ain't hearing that. They
No,
ain't
no,
hearing
listen,
that.
listen.
I'm gonna tell you that.
No, for sure. But
Um,
what do you want to talk about? Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
well, Tactical Tuesdays. We can just talk about something very tactical that people could do right now. You can start off if you
Yeah,
want.
sure. So for Tuesday, I mainly wanted to talk about some. Oh, you know what? Should we say that for Thursday? Because I wanted to talk about the content flywheel more so than anything else.
Let's
But
leave
that's
it.
actually been, yeah. Let's leave it for Thursday.
Yeah. Is that Matt on the call?
Oh yeah, it's just
Our boy
Mr.
Matt's
Matt
on the call.
D
What's good?
Garcia. Matt D Garcia. What is up, good? What's up, dude? Good. Anyway, so mainly, well then we'll talk about the content flywheel. Let's talk about how you can do speed to post. Let's do that. So
Speed the
more so
post.
than anything else, yeah, speed to post.
Mm-hmm.
Speed to post. Because roughly that has helped our business tremendously in the
Mm-hmm.
past 4 freaking months, especially with just posting on a consistent basis. Not necessarily getting the amount of quantity of videos, but essentially just posting as much as possible and as fast as possible in order to make that happen. So first and foremost, speed the post, and Zach can talk about his stuff on like his interpretation of this. But speed to post is more so like figuring out and understanding pattern recognition more so than anything else, because if you realize what's already working, then you already have a bunch of videos that you can batch out on a consistent basis for your business, for your marketing agency, for your coaching business. Like, let's say, for example, you see like a text on screen video, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
doing well. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to do a text on screen video. You're going to do a green screen video. You're going to do all these different types of videos, mainly so that way you have stuff to post. Because more often than not, people are always giving the misconception like, I hate making content. It has to be perfect. I have to look good. Blah blah blah. It's just like, brother, I literally did a video with a Disney shirt and a messed up hat that I got from my grandpa, which I refused to fix because he gave it to me personally, and that went viral. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
get out of here. Like that's crazy. It's literally at
And one
5.3
thing.
million views.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say when it comes to the whole content thing, funny today, I talked to one of my agency clients today. She runs a med spa, and she was talking about how she wants customers, right? I mean, that's what every business wants. Now, I was telling her, hey, look, you can run ads, totally fine. Ads do work. The only problem is running cold ads is very expensive. So you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to run cold ads. Now it can work, but you're just gonna have to make sure you have some money to actually spend and dive into it. She's like, yeah, you know, but I don't want to spend that much money. I'm like, okay, cool. So if you want to do that, how are people gonna figure out you exist? So I told her you have to make content. She was like, oh, but I don't want to be like a stupid content person. I don't want to be all this stuff. And I'm like, do you want to make money? That's because do you want to grow your business? I mean, if you want to do it, then you'll do what it takes. Because I'll be honest, guys, I'm really into YouTube. I'm a YouTube king. I love YouTube. I grew on multiple YouTube channels. I didn't really like Instagram. I thought Instagram was kind of like a waste of time, whatever the case may be. But Instagram has brought us more than half of our business through Instagram. I mean, I'll be honest. Look, I'm giving you a flower. I'll be honest. I can't say that it doesn't work. So the thing is, though, you have to break those preconceived notions about content or whatever the case in your business and just say, like, oh, it doesn't work for me. You have to remove all bias and just do the actions. Because if it's worked for someone else, it could work for you, too.
Agreed. On top of that, it's and I even made a video about this today, is it's like the misconception that a lot of people also have in general, just basically making as much content as possible, as quickly as possible, is that they're afraid to get on camera. And the reason why I say this is because we literally talked about this yesterday. It's like literally people get on the camera and they feel like they have a gun towards them. Like it's like they're like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? You know, blah blah blah. You know, and then all of a sudden they just freeze up, and then none of their actual evidence or their natural advice like comes out because of the fact that they feel like, oh, this is going to be recorded forever. Oh my goodness. Imagine how musicians feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, and trust me, I'm in the industry for 10 years. I know exactly how that feels. It's like, dang, this is going to be recorded. That's crazy. It's going to have to be perfect. But in the case of content, you have permission. You have permission to be yourself. You have permission to provide your ideas, your thought process to the world. You have permission. I'll literally give you permission. I don't care. I'll literally tell everybody. You personally have permission to put anything online that does not hurt anybody else on a consistent basis, so that way you can grow whatever it is that you're trying to grow. You have permission. You have my own personal permission.
Exactly.
You know, I happen to be a handsome, light-skinned guy to tell you that, but you have my permission. I promise you.
No, that's true. That's true. I agree. And when it comes down to it as well, I want to get super tactical because these are Tactical Tuesdays. So I want to give you guys some actual little things you can walk away with to start making content right now.
Yeah,
so
we can do that.
Let's talk about long form content specifically. Let's do YouTube. So
let's do it.
One thing you guys want to understand is that YouTube itself is not just an algorithm, it's a search engine. So what you guys got to realize is that when you actually create content on YouTube, people are searching for the type of content that you want. And if your content provides the value that they need, they'll like you, trust you, and buy your products. So what I want you guys to do is go and use a system or a software called vidIQ. It's an amazing system where it tracks all the keywords that are on every single search parameter on YouTube. Let's say, for example, you're starting an agency. You want to help people start their own agencies. You can go on vidIQ and search a keyword, let's say agency growth, and see that it's a high-ranked keyword and use that in your video. So now that your video is starting to get ranked for those keywords, you'll start to get more views from YouTube search. You'll get more high-ranked content, and you'll start to get consistent views because people will consistently search for that forever, right? Think of your searches and your business on YouTube like digital real estate. So you're making a video now to get views for years to come. So that's really what it comes down to. So big thing to take away is use vidIQ. It's only like $9 a month, very cheap. Find keywords that are high in your niche and use those keywords to create content with it.
Correct. On top of that, I would also say for YouTube, not only necessarily getting comfortable on camera and then using vidIQ, but also understand that making YouTube videos takes a lot more effort than short form. And I will say that genuinely because, I mean, I've seen it in other businesses. Like, the more effort we put into a video, the better it does. And arguably, our videos right now are actually doing much better than when we started back in March. And then, like Zach told me, we had a record view rate that literally just came in this morning. And I'm like, well, dude, I mean, we're putting so much freaking value in this place. You know what I mean? Because it has to happen at some point. You know what I mean? So I just also want to harp on the fact that YouTube, like, if you expect to do well, you have to invest in quality. So what does that mean? Like, some of the videos, I do them on my camera stuff. Like, I have cinema grade cameras, and they literally hit me. And then, like, Zach goes like, bro, I don't know what that camera is, but it looks beautiful. He be telling me that all the time. and the videos, they do well. Why? Because literally, first of all, because I get like obviously the research from vidIQ that Zach does for me, so I don't have to worry and think about it because he knows I hate thinking about stuff. And then on top of that, it's because I already have the equipment available, right? So that's roughly video, audio, and then lighting. So it's just a consideration. It's like invest in your videos, like the quality of your videos that you're doing on YouTube. Now, on the flip end, and I would actually like to know Zach's opinion on this as well, specifically because he's actually getting into short form because of me. Main thing for short form is that quantity matters. Anybody says, like, I've seen it time and time again, people blow up from just basically posting every single day of their lives and multiple times every single day, damn near 10 to 20 videos every single day. And this only came to me mainly from the fact that I was able to see this trend happen on a consistent basis on TikTok when I was doing music and I wanted people to come to my shows. So guess what happened? I basically like, oh, I want people to come to my shows. How are people going to see my stuff? Well, the only way that I have available to me is essentially short form content. So then what am I going to do? So then I basically made 5 to 10 videos every single day. And every single concert I ever had, whether I was a sideman or as the main attraction, I guess you would say, everybody was there. Like literally everybody I knew, and even people that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like people showing up to my shows when there's literally more famous musicians and more famous, like obviously seasoned musicians in New York City, of course, and everybody was showing to my shows. Like I remember one specific instance, I was making all these funny skits, like these funny skits of like, you know that song of a Thundercat, I just want to party with you. All right, that song.
No
you know
idea.
that one, Zach?
No idea.
No, it's a huge West Coast song. Anyway, so they were basically making like a bunch of skits of all that stuff, and there was this one dude who was basically doing a skit with that song, and then he was just like moving his like a shoulder or whatever. I did the same thing, but for music. I was just like, how I feel when you show up at my show. You know what I'm saying? And then literally, this is like, dude, I'm only here because I saw that video. You know what I mean? So it goes to show.
That's wild.
Isn't that wild? So it goes to show that, but that was probably like post number 6 of a Tuesday, random Tuesday, and then the show was like on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? And it was in the farmer's market, and the farmer's market was packed, and then everybody that was there, literally in, I would say like 100 feet radius, they were sit down. I had original music, and they were like, "Oh, we're here to see this dude." It's like, who's this dude? Pedro. It's like, yeah, this is a dude I know. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So that, it's just, and I knew volume for a while. It would work for anything. It doesn't matter whether you're trying to grow a church, you're trying to do anything in your life, respectfully. You're going to grow. You're going to grow using volume. And the best way to understand this, and I guess the fastest way. Before we get into that, actually, Zach, what is your opinion, and what have you changed since you? I feel like we're doing a testimony right now. What was it?
I swear.
Right? It's like, what do you think, or what has changed in your perspective of short form content since we started doing this business together?
Oh yeah, so basically short form content, when I first started, I was like, oh God, I don't really care about this stuff. This stuff sucks. Like, I feel like it's, because for me, I'm a type of person, I love value. So I want to just record a 30-minute video, just walking through everything, and just that's it. Like, because that's how YouTube works. Yeah. YouTube is really about value. So if you can just give people the value that they want and no fluff, then it will work, right? But there is, of course, a content funnel, and there's a difference on Instagram Shorts, where it's like you have to create certain types of content for certain people when they go down your funnel, right? And it's just how everyone structures their content. And YouTube has a similar thing. So you want to make sure you have top of funnel content, which is just content to get views, middle of funnel content for people to show who you are and to nurture them, and bottom of funnel content to actually close them. So when it comes down to that, what I've changed is the fact that it's like, okay, like the thing about short form is that it may not, you can still provide value on short form, obviously, but the main thing isn't really about the value itself. It's about the attention and starting conversations. It's really what it's about. So if you can get tons of conversations with people and flip that into a booked call or flip that into a sale, that's a lot more easy, a lot more predictable, right?
That's
Whereas
right.
YouTube is great, but the thing is, though, you have to, how do I say that? You can't talk to someone on YouTube really. You can go through comments, but it's not really the same thing. If you can outreach someone and say, hey, I saw you. Do you want our service? That's legit. That is one of the best ways to scale. That's really how we scale.
Sure.
We're scaling now. That's really how we're scaling. So I guess I've just changed my mindset on Instagram to understand that it really is a conversion mechanism, really, at the end of the day.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
So one thing I would also say, and thank you, I appreciate you for that. One thing I would also say is that once you're literally in the position to basically like say like, okay, cool, I'm going to start making content now. The next thing is to basically just understand, like, I need to make this quickly, especially for short form. Reason being is because what you're going to realize is that there's too much. It's like almost like saturation overload. You know, there's too much content literally going out on a consistent basis, and you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, how can I make content as fast as possible and as consistently as possible? And the only way that you're going to do that is by having a system. Shout out to Zach. And at least our system, which we'll talk about on Thursday, but specifically I want to get to the point of how to get you to start filming on your camera. Like, what is the easiest form of content that you can make? Arguably, the easiest form, and this you can ask Zach, and I'm talking about this for a reason, is essentially Yap videos, okay? I've been talking about Yap videos since last March, since I've been learning about it from Ryan McGinn. Shout out to Ryan McGinn if you watch this. And what people don't realize is that a lot of people are interpreting these Yap videos as like, oh, I'm going to do this and essentially do Yap videos, blah, blah, but I have to like literally do this, that, and the third. It's literally a template. It's not even like the hardest thing on the planet. It's literally a template. You just basically go on your phone, like you're about to FaceTime somebody. And then you essentially have like vertical, right? Like you're literally on a phone, like on a phone call, just like this. You have a text box up top, and then you have your subtitles literally behind you, like under you, if you have to say, like you were just use your face. So roughly that is the template, like as far as like the structure of how it should be. Now, as far as the content of basically what you say something along the lines of specifically their pain point, right? The subject matter, we have a different system for that. If you want to hop in to basically learn what that is, comment the word start. But it's essentially a pain point of who you're trying to talk to, and then essentially provide a story, like provide an example of like how they can solve that, provide value, and then a quick CTA at the end saying like, hey, comment this. If you have a comment automation, fantastic. If you have a DM automation, fantastic. But either way, it's very simple. It's just like literally pain point, talk about how you solve that pain point, how you can get people to solve that pain point, and then it's a CTA at the end. And that is it. It's literally not that hard. The subject matter, like I said before, is different, is like a different situation. There's literally 4 content buckets, but we literally for an hour if I literally had time to explain it. Plus, I want you guys to join the coaching program so that way you can get on there and learn how to do this stuff yourself. But that's besides the point. So one thing that I think would also be useful, because you're closer to the people who actually haven't made content in this sense, Zach. So what would you say is something that actually helps you out a lot in order to make these types of videos on a consistent basis for our business?
What, short form or long form?
Short form. We can do both.
What helps me? I mean, honestly, what helps me, I feel like, of course you're there to guide me, but really what it comes down to is volume. So like, you don't have to overthink it, right? Like you just have to do it. Like especially when it comes to Yap videos. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Now I actually really like Yap videos because they actually are kind of like really cool and easy to make. Because it's just just talk about anything. You can talk about anything, and like if you love what you do, of course, which is we love agencies, we love business. You understand the pains that you have and you overcome, and teaching those to your potential. Example, there's links that you have about how I talked about how I'm a huge dragon, so I talked about how Dragon Ball Z helped me become a 6-figure entrepreneur because it taught me the skills, it taught me the The story, of course, you know, Dragon Ball Z is about Goku. He's basically just like the underdog all the time. He's always the underdog,
That's
and
right.
that's a great story in business because like you're the underdog, you know, and no one believes in you. You have to
That's
go
right.
surmount the odds over and over and over again. So it's beautiful in that sense.
Mhm.
So literally,
Yep.
like that type of like mentality helped me become the man I am today. So literally, you just talk about it, bro. You just literally talk about all that stuff. And a big thing, I know a lot of people are in situations where they don't want to have their face behind their brand, their
Yes.
words. But like I said, all the time, bro, like people buy from people. People don't buy from freaking brands and robots, right? Like at the end of the day,
Make
if
that
you
make
want to
sense.
build something that people love, there's nothing that beats having your face behind it. Nothing. There's nothing that
Right.
beats the trust. It's just nothing. Like even for the ads
Right.
that I ran, for my web design agency, it was just a picture of me smiling with my laptop, and that got me like what 5 book calls a day, like a day. So like legit, like telling
Make
you
that make
guys,
sense.
it's crazy. So like you really don't have to overcomplicate it. People, if you have the people, you have the passion, the results, and you have the consistency you need, and that just shows up in the short form content that you make.
See, but that's exactly why I wanted you to talk about this mainly species, mainly before anything else. Kuno, what's up, man?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so literally, what you just said. I hope people understand this. Is like what you just said, specifically having passion about what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? What literally that is the crux, that is the foundation, that is literally the step zero of every single Yap video you're ever going to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like for example, like Zach was talking about Dragon Ball Z. Let's say for example your business is about fitness. I always use fitness as an example because I love fitness. So let's say for example you're talking about fitness and you're like, dang, you know, I got into fitness mainly because I lost 80 pounds, this, that, and the third, and I love helping people out, and it really excites me when people lose weight and they change their lives forever because when you look better, you feel better, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Imagine if you were able to talk about your own industry, why you love your industry, what you do, your testimonials, what exercises, literally the things that you do on a consistent basis, and the things that you love about what you do every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a job, G. I don't really think that's a job. You know what I mean? It's just like, dang,
That's
bro.
true, bro.
Literally,
That's true.
I mean, I don't drink, but if I was literally inebriated at 3 in the morning, I would love to talk to you about fitness, about my faith, about cooking, about reading, about all these different things. And I'll tell you, yeah, this book I was reading the other day, blah, 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 like business. I'll be like, oh my goodness, blah, 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 blah. This is why I literally say in our course specifically in the Yap video section, I say that like you literally have to be talking about the things that you love so much so that you could literally talk about it if you were literally drunk at a bar or at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. Like it's
Because you'll
true.
always
Like the
talk about
passion
three to
that you
five
have,
subjects.
you know, and that's the thing. It's like so. Normally, I used to be in a position. I still kind of feel a little bit of the way where it's like you don't really need to have to do what you love. You don't need to do it, but it does help a lot, right? If you
It helps
actually
so
really,
much.
it helps a lot because then
It
it's
helps
like
so
okay, if
much.
you actually enjoy what you're doing, it's going to be great because you're going to actually stick with it. And the biggest thing is
Yeah.
sticking with it. Like, do you know how many lawyers and doctors out there who are making millions but they hate their lives, don't want to
They
jump off a
hate their
cliff? Like,
lives.
you know, it's
Yeah.
terrible, and like,
Yeah.
and you can see that they're not. They may be successful, but then what's the point? If you make all this money but you hate your life, what's the point anyway, bro? So it's like legit, like
Exactly.
you want to build something that you actually enjoy. So that's what I love about coaching businesses and agencies, coaching business specifically, but also agencies. Like you can just do what you love, do what you want. Like
Yeah.
if you love golf, teach people how to do golf.
These are people who can do golf.
If you love, there's this guy who makes $100,000 a month to teach people how to do a backflip. A freaking backflip. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
This backwards is
No,
crazy, yeah.
that's ridiculous, bro. I don't
That
know what else to say. I have nothing else to say.
yeah.
I have nothing else to say. No.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so what we covered in this video, essentially how to get to post videos as fast as possible, either on long form or short form. Remember, it's like literally just take into consideration the software that you have to get, vidIQ specifically, in order to do that on long form. But on top of that, make sure you're doing your due diligence and your research via the keywords, just like Zach. And if you want to learn how to do that, hop into the course. Literally in our link in bio. You can do whatever you feel like. On top of that,
Mm-hmm.
as far as for short form, if you literally start every single video with something that you're genuinely passionate about, it doesn't matter. You're always going to be making more and more content. It's like, oh, this thing happened to me today, blah, 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 and this is why most people shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it can literally be anything. But if you relate it to your business, then you actually start making money with it. So, more so than anything else. Do you have anything else to say specifically on this topic of speed to post?
No, I just say make sure. One thing I will say as well and continue is that you need to post more than you think you need to, right? So post more than you think you need to, right? Like volume is important in any platform. I would say YouTube is a little less important on volume. Instagram is definitely volume, right? So what I would say is you want to post, let me just give you some numbers tactically, right? So you should want to post at least 3 videos a week on YouTube, and you want to post at least twice a day on Instagram at the bare minimum. Like if you don't do that, then you don't want it that bad, genuinely.
I would say I would even push even further and say 3, because 2 is tried and true.
I would say 3, but 2 is like bare minimum to like breathe.
Yeah.
Right. Like
yeah. Like you could do a picture, you could do a carousel, you could do a little 5-second thing, you could do a Yap video that's a minute long. Like there's multiple things you could do. But more so than anything else, I think if you start investing in how quickly you make videos, you'll be so much more successful in comparison to from 3 to 6 months. In comparison to the person who's just like, oh, I'm just going to make sure that every video is like absolutely perfect, blah, blah, blah. Like I literally tell people talk to me all the time. They tell me like, oh my goodness, I'm going to put out videos and they have to be cinematic and this, that, and third. Trust me, because I was one of those people. And guess what happened? We're crushing all of these people. So,
that's fact.
So get to posting, make it faster, make the process faster.
Get the posting, guys. Get the posting.
Yeah,
and if you guys have any questions specifically, you can book a call with us, or you can join our school group. We do have a school group in our link in bio as well. It's where we, of course, have tons of people. We have tons of transformation. We're super excited, happy about it. Shameless plug. But yeah, basically, like that's what we want to make sure that we have as many people possible and help them with is what is it's insane for the value. The value is insane for the price. So yeah, I mean, you want to guys hop DM. Yeah.
Cool. Beautiful. All right, cool. Well,
it's beautiful. It's insane.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, that's right. So do you have this? So Zach, are we recording on school too?
We are not.
Oh, that's so cool. I'll just send you this recording. It's all good. I'll just send you this recording. All right, cool. Peace out, everybody. I'll be hopping out. Zach,
I'll see you later. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.